Welcome to GrowTech. This is the place where masters gather to transform the ordinary into masterpieces. Yesterday, we talked about reasons why teachers are not going to be replaced by AI. And today is an extension of the same. But we're looking at the gadgets that have been used in history that will help us to prove that teachers are going nowhere, that lecturers are going nowhere, tutors are firm in the job they've been doing. Thank you so much for subscribing and for viewing these videos. And for those who are coming in for the first time, I thank you so much for your time. Please drop your comment in the comment section, and please ring that bell so that next time I upload such a video, you can get it. Now, history, people will say, repeat itself. And yes, it repeats itself several times, and there are lessons that we can learn from history. If we look at how technology has developed, we realize that there are evidence that are sufficient to prove that AI is not going to replace teachers based on history. One of the reasons why that is not going to happen is because of what history says about radio. We all remember that there's a time when communication was enhanced through radio. Radio was a good invention. Many people could get information. Governments could access their citizens easily through the radio. In fact, the Second World War was fought and was made effective through the use of radio. And so, in the 40s, radio became a tool that people thought that could replace teachers. But radio was never a tool that would replace teachers. Radio, even today, radios are still used in school. If you look at the students taking Arabic, for example, in Kenya, you realize that the sessions in which they do those examinations by listening to radios and then writing and jotting down whatever they've heard, and that is a way in which communication has been enhanced through the radio. As those teachers teaching Arabic been eliminated from classes, you realize that they're just using those tools to enhance learning. So radio was just the beginning of the technological advancement that will help us to enhance education. The second innovation that facilitated education but did not replace teachers was the television. Now, we had just moved from the audio era, and now we could have the visuals. Education had been enhanced to a level in which we can now see the teacher speaking behind the mic. And so many believed that screens could be put in schools and students would go in front of those screens to listen to teachers and to learn from them. Many hoped that by doing this, less teachers will be needed instead of many. But instead, every school today has a television in a hall. Have they reduced the number of teachers there? They have been used to entertain students. They have been used to enhance learning. They have been used to provide information in a simpler way than before, and they became tools of learning. Television also played a critical role in making learning easier without replacing it. And while television could not offer the enough that educators needed, there came the computers. In the era of computers, there is a lot that now happened, because now we realize that there have been a layer upon layers of development that is happening to help students learn. And now in the computers era, we did not just need to see what is happening there, but computer also became something that we had to learn more about it. Many countries, including the country Kenya, there's computer that is being studied as a subject. That tells you the force in which computer arrived. And by knowing computers and by studying computers and using computers, someone thought that teachers could be replaced. But while that conversation happened, something came that was bigger than the computer itself, and that was the internet in the early 2000s. Computer came with speed. It facilitated the speed in which students could access information. Now computers could be used better. Television could be used much better. And screens provided better information. Today, we realize that even televisions have been linked to the internet to enhance education and learning. But our lecture halls in universities are still full. Our schools in various high schools, not only developing countries, but also advanced countries, they still go to school and they are taught by teachers and not just the computers and the internet alone. And to add to this came the era of AI. And AI combined all these things, because today, in a click of a button, you can get answers to the questions that you have. A student today that is bothered about a question can simply search it in the Google, can search it in the internet using the AI tools like ChatGPT, and they'll get solutions to the questions they need. But just like other tools that came before the artificial intelligence, I believe that the teachers are not going to sit back and to wait for AI to replace them, but rather they are going to do the same thing they've done in history. They are going to adapt, to shift, and to turn AI into a model of learning and not a replacement. Everything has been made into a simple thing. We have the internet and we have the screen, and today we have AI. How best is it to learn today? That you can choose whoever one is going to teach you, and you're not going to be limited with the source of information you're going to get. Teachers now have to drive this conversation and know how we're going to use AI to put it in a place where it belongs, where all the tools that came before it were kept. And so, as teachers, let us not sit back and fear this technological advancement, but rather, let us embrace it and let us use it effectively to make learning much better, to make students understand concept much easier, and to help make citizens that are not going to be left behind, but let every child benefit in this era of artificial intelligence. It is an equalizer in education at this time. Everyone, whether you are in America, whether you are in Africa, in Kenya, right now, internet has AI, and we are all accessing it. We are all learning from it in the same rate. But how we use it, how teachers drive its use, is going to make the difference. These are the conversations we shall have here at GrowTech, and many more, including the crops, which I think the next video is going to focus on crops. Until then, thank you so much for tuning in and for viewing this video. Remember to subscribe and to comment.